And the pace car pulls off the speedway in turn 3. And everybody looking a little anxious. Got to keep the field in line at least till we get around the corner. And the green flag flies, and there it goes. Hammer down on the outside lane. Takes off. Mark Jennings, Jason Timmerman with the big jump going into 1. And the outside lane continues to move. Joe Jennings looking for the 3rd spot. Gets inside, or the outside of Brian Martin, and down the backstretch. It's a drag race. Jennings takes the 3rd hole. Martin 4th. And after 1, Mark Jennings, Timmerman. The 77 of Ben Tunney looking around there, trying to get into the 4th hole. Getting around Brian Martin to the outside, trying to keep the momentum up. Looks like he's going to split the difference, dive to the inside on Mark Jennings. Excuse me, the inside of Teagarden, who is in 3rd, going to give up the spot. And just that quick, somebody's bought a ticket to the train and got on the inside. Now the 4th spot belongs to Teagarden, and he's going to look to the outside of Ben Tunney. 3 wide going into 1. As Timmerman quickly falls off the pace, gives up that 2nd spot, and slows down tremendously. So back to the front of the pack, Mark Jennings, Aaron Teagarden. Teagarden gets into 3 pretty good. Rolls through the corner and is looking for a way around to take that top spot away. Looking down low. Chris Jennings to the outside. Lots of activity going into 1. Mark Jennings high, Teagarden low, Chris Jennings to the outside. Looks like Chris Jennings got the horsepower compared to the other 2. As Teagarden just falls off the pace about 2 or 3 car lengths. And we're a little loose. Oh, a little excitement over on 3 and 4. Used the wall for the right rear quarter panel, slowed him down, but it cost him 2 spots. Chris Jennings to the front. Teagarden eyeballing him on the inside, decides not to make any kind of move, and we'll see who's got the ponies to go down the backstretch here in the Vore's Compact Touring Series. And it looks like Chris Jennings has a little bit of muscle, but didn't pull Teagarden too much down the backstretch. We'll keep an eye on that. At the line after 5, we're 20% through this race. Chris Jennings on the point. Aaron Teagarden, always tough, in 2nd. Mark Jennings 3rd. And Ben Tunney looking to go down on the inside, take that 3rd spot away. And looks like he's going to be successful doing it. Maybe the classic slide job here that you see with the open wheel cars. 1 car slowed down to the inside in 3 and 4. That may present a little bit of a problem as he missed pit lane. Dan Irvine slows to almost a crawl here on the front stretch. Chris Jennings still your leader, starting to stretch it out a little bit over the 2nd place. Black number 24, and Teagarden drops to the inside. Lock of power there. So cars dropping fairly consistently here in the early laps of the Vore's Compact Touring Series feature race. And a yellow flag now will slow everybody down, as Irvine just doesn't have enough momentum to find its way back into the pit area. So that will bring out a yellow flag. 7 in, 18 to go here in the 2nd feature of the day here at Lucas Oil Raceway in the 4th Annual Cabin Fever Championships, the Vore's Compact Touring Series. The throttles are cracked, and here they come out of 4. The green flag, and they are off. Jennings quickly jumps out to the lead, and right hot on his tail, Joe Jennings. Although Tunney stuck it in the corner pretty hard, he's not going to give up that 2nd spot without a fight. The red, white, and blue 77 is about a 1/3 of a car length down the backstretch. Jennings stuffs it into 3 and keeps that momentum up, although rolling through the corner. It's a good battle for second. Give it to Ben Tunney. The 114 and the 14 are going to take a look at third in between themselves. Joe and Mark Jennings. And Teagarden, who lost power, or at least looked like he lost power a little bit earlier in the race, is getting a little racy himself. He goes to the outside and takes the 4th spot away from Mark Jennings. So on the point, it's still Chris Jennings. Ben Tunney at the line, it's 14. Joe Jennings, Jason Timmerman, and Mark Jennings, your top 5. Oh, and again, Jason Timmerman off the pace. Apparently when that car gets hot, it decides it don't want to run anymore. So he is going to slow down and probably pull into the infield, loosen things up for the Jennings as they can chase down Tunney, see if they can run him down for second. In the meantime, Chris Jennings stretches his lead probably 15, 16 car lengths here at the 10th lap of 25 for the Compact Touring Series, sponsored by Vore. A little bit of activity for the 6th and 7th spot. Greg Isbell to the outside, looking to protect the spot. And the Jenningses are at it again for 3rd and 4th. They got Striegel and Isbell, one good race to keep an eye on the 114 and the 14 on the other. This time Mark Jennings gets the inside groove to work for him, and he dives into the 3rd spot. Chris Jennings still stretching that lead out. Ben Tunney unchallenged for 2nd currently. 3rd and 4th. Mark Jennings and Joe Jennings. 5th, your pole setter just hanging out there, having a pretty good race so far. Number 93, Brian Martin. Marvin Striegel hangs out in 6th, got the pass completed on Greg Isbell. Ryan Beam and Chip Branham getting a little bit of a Vore Compact Tours Series lesson here on how these cars can get around fairly quickly at the big 5/8s. Again, Chris Jennings, to your point. Ben Tunney 2nd. Mark Jennings 3rd and Joe Jennings 4th. 13 and 12 to go. Things stay pretty much the same for the last lap and a half. Chris Jennings comfortable out there in the D&J Sales black and white at number 6. Ben Tunney trying to figure out a way to catch him. Oh, the lead keeps getting stretched out a little more and a little more every lap. Mark Jennings 3rd, Joe Jennings 4th. And Brian Martin is starting to look a little bit racy, eyeballing the back of the 2 Jennings mobiles, thinking about trying to sneak in there and take 4th or 3rd away from both of them, maybe at the same time. We'll keep an eye on that for you. Weaving through traffic, your leader, Chris Jennings, picks off a couple of the back markers pretty easily. Ben Tunney still 2nd. Mark Jennings, Joe Jennings, and Brian Martin, your top 5. Again, about the only race on the speedway currently is 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's the Jennings, and Martin. They still say the same, but I believe they are eyeballing a little high and a little low, trying to find a groove, get a little extra oomph. Brian Martin gains about a car and a half, 2 car lengths about every lap here. This is looking like it might get a little interesting. Joe Jennings better be taking a look in the rearview mirror if he's even got one in that car. Down to the bottom side goes Martin. And again, this is the first year for these Vore's Compact Touring Series cars to be on race tires and wheels. And there may be a little bit of a feel issue. These guys are starting to get comfortable in the cars. They've had 2 practice sessions today and then today's 25-lap feature, which has 7 laps to go. Chris Jennings obviously has the feel, and he is out, got almost straightaway and a half a turn lead on your second place runner, Ben Tunney. Mark Jennings, Joe Jennings, Brian Martin. A big lead for Chris Jennings. Looks like the only thing that might get the field back to him is the yellow flag, and we've only got 5 laps to go, and everybody's been racing pretty clean here since the first of the race. 4 or 5 cars dropped out early, and ever since then things have been mechanically okay. No leaks, no tire rubs, and things are going fairly well as far as progression of the race. Chris Jennings, again, your leader, clicked off lap number 21. He's got 4 to go to find the big payday of the day for the Compact Touring Series. Ben Tunney in second. Mark Jennings, Joe Jennings, Brian Martin, your top 5. .23 in, 2 to go. Chris Jennings, a good almost a half speedway lead on Ben Tunney. Jennings, and Martin, the same lineup that we've seen for the last 10 or 15 laps. Again, the best race we've got on the speedway is 4-3. Martin looking low, but the cars appear to be very evenly matched as we watch them go down the backstretch and down into 3. Chris Jennings with a white flag. He's got it easy. I think he could almost coast from where he's at. Coming out of 2, going down the backstretch. Here's your race. Jennings, and Martin. 1 lap to go. We'll keep an eye on these 3 Vore's Compact Tour Series cars. And there's your checkered flag. Chris Jennings, your winner in the D&J Sales black and white number 6. Into 3 is the race, and it looks like it may just stay the way it's been. Here comes Brian Tunney, your figure 8 specialist. Finishes second on his first day. Martin to the inside. Just not enough grip and not enough horsepower. Jennings, and Brian Martin. The 69 of Stragle and the 66 of Isbell crossed the line. So we'll get down to the racetrack and talk to Chris Jennings here right away, the winner of your Compact Touring Series, sponsored by Vore's feature here today at Lucas Oil Raceway.